The line of your reel, to the rods, to the anglers, to the lures on the end of your hook. Let's talk about those big bass here on Co-Angler's Corner with your hosts, Rob Welch and John Stoudinger.
Good evening, everybody. Just wanted to let you know we got a new intro. I think you just saw that. It's a little shorter, but I think it's a little more professional.
Yeah, that's good.
Excellent. Tonight's guest is Mandy Myers from Utah. She has an interesting story about how she became a fisher person. And any questions, don't be afraid to shoot them out.
Definitely.
We'll bring Mandy on right now. Switch them around. All right.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Mandy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. So for those who don't know anything much about you, would you like to go ahead and start out with how you became a bass fisherman?
Sure, absolutely. It's a funny story. I've never fished ever. When I did fish, my grandpa just told me it was just something that not everybody had the ability to do because he just could not teach me how to do it. So he gave up. So I started hanging out with a fisherman when I was about 26. He was just a guy I was working with. And he asked me out on a date. And our very first date, I said yes. We went to a buddies tournament on a reservoir close to home. I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I had no idea what they were doing. I was just excited. It was cold a little bit in the morning, but it was June. So he was smart. He took me when it was warm. And we actually took second place in that tournament. And I learned what a bass was, first of all. I learned what bed fishing was because it was a bed fishing tournament. And when we finished up and they gave us our money, he handed me the money and the trophy. And I said, "Can we go out again?"
Nothing wrong with that.
Ever since then, I've been fishing off the back of his boat. So it worked out pretty well.
Cool. A good story.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's fun.
Now, for those of you who don't know Mandy, she's one of the first women anglers to qualify for the All-American, correct?
That's true. From the Southwest Division, they said I was the first to make it out there. So I was pretty honored to have qualified. That was a fun tournament out there, a fun journey, let's say, to get there. So
cool.
I would say it was a fun journey. I mean,
it was a journey. Yeah, it was a journey.
It was a journey. It was for sure. Well, I went to Lake of the Ozarks first, and I had a terrible, terrible day one. I blanked, and I just thought, what the heck am I doing here? Like, this is terrible. I just showed out here, and they just thought, oh, there's this girl that just showed up to fish. At least that was my head. That's what I was telling myself. And then I go out with a great guy on day two, and we just whacked him. And I came in and caught the biggest bag of the day, and I actually won the tournament with that bag. So that was pretty cool. And then when I got the invitation to go to the BFL from there, I was super excited to go. Again, though, I had never been anywhere past Texas ever. I think I fished Gunnersville was it one time, and that was many years ago. So the journey out to Lake Hartwell was something. So we got to St. Louis, and some guy on I-70 decided he needed to go faster than we did and lost control of his car. And basically, he hit the median and just jet planed into our front tire and exploded the truck. And thank goodness for the hitch on my boat, because my boat saved my life, because she swung around and hung on, and my truck safely just landed quietly, and we just rolled across 3 lanes of traffic. But unfortunately, I lost my truck. I lost my boat. I had a cool U-Haul, though, I'm just going to say, that made it all the way to South Carolina with all my tackle. So it was an interesting pre-fish because I had nothing that I needed. I was blessed enough that the guy that I fished with in the TBF Nationals allowed me to pre-fish with him because I had no way of pre-fishing. And so we went out there, and on the day one of practice, my husband forgot my rods in the U-Haul and left them at the back at the rental house. And so my poor boater, I know, I'm just standing there on the deck. I'm like, really, I'm not this scatterbrained. I swear, I'm really sorry. It's just been a really crappy week. And he was patient enough that he left me for a minute and says, I'm going to go fish up here. When your husband comes back, just give me a call. I'll come back and get you. And when my husband came back, the U-Haul bounced open and we lost 2 giant plastic Tupperware of tackle across the highway as well. So all of that, and I still ended up fishing. I still had a great time. I met some great people out there. I learned a lot. I learned that it sucks to fish with a broken sternum, and 40th was not that bad with everything considering. So
no, that's a field of hammers too. You done well. That's a big field.
Tough. They are good sticks out there. It was humbling, and it was actually very cool though to watch and to be around everybody, and everybody was so kind and willing to help, and that's what I like about the fishing the most. It's the people. Obviously, that's why I do it.
Yeah, definitely. I've heard stories of guys getting their boat stolen, and guys give him rods and reels and tackle, to make it the next day, and he'll get a loaner boat or borrow somebody. So that happens quite a bit.
That was one of the most amazing things about what happened out there is our fishing family. Even though I'm from Utah, I know nobody where you guys were at. I had so many people offer me tackle, boats, trucks, whatever I needed, people I didn't know. I got a lawyer out of it from St. Louis that's helping me just get everything settled. I mean, he just was kind. He reached out, asked if we wanted him to take care of everything so we could just fish. And so that was really
awesome.
Cool. I really appreciated everybody's help. The fishing family is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Rick Amato says, hey, everyone. He's a long time. He's on here almost every week. Yep. And Bobby Young says good evening.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my friend Robin. She likes to fish a little too. So,
okay, good deal.
Yeah. For some reason, one of my lights just went out.
Uh-oh.
See if I can get that going.
Yep.
There we go.
There you go.
No, there we go. now we can see. I was afraid you didn't pay your light bill or something.
Robin Hanson says, love to fish.
She does. So she's one of my friends. She loves to fish. She's one of the chicks that hangs out on the water with me a lot.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Good to have friends like that.
Absolutely. There is so few where I'm from. So
yeah. And yeah, we were talking beforehand, before we went live, that there aren't a lot of women fishermen out in where you're at. And that to me, you being the first woman fisherman to qualify for the All-American or to win the regional is amazing, because you're competing with over 90% men.
Oh yeah.
90% of the anglers are men, and you come out and you win the event.
It was cool. It was fun. I'm used to that though back here. Honestly, I had one good friend that she fished Utah stuff with me quite a bit. She was the only other female that fished like even the state team stuff, qualifiers. I mean, we always have women that join us for the local club tournaments and things like that. But I think my one friend is the only one that's fished with me in some qualifiers, and she's made the state team. Then I fish wombass back here. I don't know if you guys have heard of wombass.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, so when I fish those, it's usually me and maybe 1 or 2 other girls at the most in a field of 150 to 200 boats. So it's not abnormal for me to be the only one out here. I kind of want to move back where you guys are at, because then I'd have a whole tribe of women to fish with. That would be kind of
There's quite a few.
I mean,
I've been watching that ladies bass anglers. I follow those ladies. That would be a very cool organization to be a part of. But back here, I don't think we would have that many people.
Yeah, that might be tough. Yeah. Robin says you're blazing the trail.
She's so kind. I love you, Robin.
But no, I'm over on Cuga Lake. I know you know where that is. You have family members that aren't too far from me up in New York. So no, anytime you come, give me a call. Maybe we can get together and get out on the lake or whatever.
Oh, I'm going to hold you to that, because I got grandbabies out there. So I come out there at least once a year. So
there you go.
I'll
There you
Just
go.
make it during the summer. I don't do the ice
Yep.
thing.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't do the cold thing either. I don't leave the house 6 months out of the year. That's why I want to move somewhere where I can fish and be outside in the summertime more than snow. So,
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, I don't mind skiing a little bit, but that's about it. That's what the winter's for. Skiing. It's not for being on the water.
and I don't ski, so I just go south on the boat where we can still fish. We go to Arizona and where they're still warm. So
There you go.
Definitely.
And Bobby Young, he says he thinks it's great. He wish more women would compete.
me too. Me too. But I've
We're
been
seeing a
telling
lot.
you, it's not that difficult. You just have to learn how to pee off the back of the boat. You'll be fine.
Yeah. There's a lot of young girls coming into high school ranks, like the high school fishing. I'm seeing more and more of them coming along, which is great. I think it's a
I
good
think
thing.
that's fabulous. Yeah, I love that.
Yep.
Scott Callan says, bring her over to the big pond. He's not too far from Lake Erie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
then tell him he's got to take me fishing if I come out.
He may.
There you go. Because I've never been out there either. It's cold there. I try not
Yep.
to go where it's cold.
Don't blame you
Oh,
there.
It's not necessarily the cold. It's the 6 to 8 footers, 6 to 10 footers you have to deal with up here.
Oh, I flew out of the boat once in that kind of weather, so I tried to not go on the lake ever again with that kind of weather.
Yeah.
I fished a Toyota event, and they canceled 2 of the 3 days because of weather.
Oh, yeah.
So
They've done
we
that
know-
here a few times.
yeah, we know about the weather, but so can you talk to us a little bit about your experience with the last event you had? Was it
Oh,
the open?
Yes, Wombass Lake Shasta, the rain event. So if I could paint a picture for you guys of what it was like for this girl to fish that one, it would be camping in a rainstorm for a week with 4 of my favorite people. And that is what we did. And if you've ever stayed at Shasta, which I know a lot of people watching from the West know what I'm talking about, it's the most beautiful lake I think I've ever fished. It's gorgeous. The spotted bass make it so much fun to fish it. But the rain is like rain you have never seen. And I didn't know what that was like until then. My husband, I thought he had done overkill because he was like, I bought you waterproof socks. I've got you these Huck fishing boots. You've got your Gore-Tex, and I bought you a rain suit. And I was just thinking, I made fun of him. Honestly, he doesn't know that, but he does now. I was telling people, I think he just thinks I'm going to freeze to death out there. And I used all of it. So, wait, I did catch that 35-pound cat off his deck. Yep, I know that guy. I know that guy. He took me fishing at Lake of the Ozarks. So
That's huge. That's huge.
it was a big one, and it was on a crankbait, and the same crankbait I won with. So it was a good crankbait.
It had something on the action. It had the action for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a fun fish. He made me hold it, and it was.
Yeah,
Don't like it.
I don't like catfish. I mean, they taste good. I just don't like catching them.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they growled till that day, or grunt,
Oh, yeah.
or whatever that is. And
Yep.
he's like, you have to hold it, and I'm like, no, it's making this weird noise.
Yeah.
And he made me stick my hand in it. It was terrible. It was terrible.
That's funny.
But
Scott Callan said, "You get up this way, he'll make sure you get out on the water."
deal. Tell him I'm gonna hold him to it because I want to try to fish as much as I can, anywhere I can.
Yep. I'm with you.
Yep. But anyway, when we were on Shasta, sorry, I didn't mean to get distracted.
No, you're good.
We were on Shasta. We were camping in a houseboat at the marina, and I don't know if anybody's ever stayed on houseboats, but this was
Yeah.
not like a houseboat I'm used to. And my friend Tom, if he's watching, sorry Tom, but this houseboat was a little rustic. We didn't
Yep.
have hot water for showers. We had one little heater.
Yep.
For all
Been
of us.
there.
We all slept right next to each other, like snuggled up. So it was an experience. And on day 3, I actually had the option to back out because the guy that I drew on day 3 got in a car wreck on his way to pick me up at the ramp.
Oh man.
And so they called me and said, I've got another guy, but he was going home. He's going to be like 40 minutes to come get you. And they were already launching at this time. And so the guy calls me on the phone and he's like, do you really want to go? And I'm like, oh, are you giving me the option? Because it is just like downpouring off the back of my deck. And I'm standing there going, what am I doing?
Yep.
I'm in like 70th place. What am I doing? Do I really want to go fishing? And I was like, you know what? I've never said no. I've never backed out. So I'm like, I'm going. I'm like, come get me. And
Yep.
he's like, I think you're nuts, but okay. So he came and got me, and we had the best day on the water. He was the greatest guy. And I learned so much about Lake Shasta that now I want to go back again and again, because he taught me the stuff that I need to know, I think, to do better next time.
Yep.
I mean, that's what it's about, is being a co-angler.
Yep.
You know, I like to learn as much as possible from my pros, because I call them pros because that's what we call them.
Yeah.
But I still think they are. I mean, they know their stuff. They spent time on the water for a reason. And so I'm always about helping. That's why I like the WAN Bass, because you work as a team.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So I learn stuff, and then I can help them catch fish, and it works out as a win-win. So
And Scott
deal.
Kellen, Scott says you throw crankbaits, and now we're talking.
okay, so now I'm definitely in. I got it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'll throw
he loves
whatever. I don't care. I love any kind of fishing. So
Yeah,
I even
loves
learned that I like
crankbaits.
the Nico rig, and I
Yep.
used to not like that either. So
Nico rig works good in grass, like Gunnersville. I fished Gunnersville a few times. That thing works great in grass.
I think Gunnersville's like the greatest lake I fished. We
Yep.
fished a team championship out there. John's like, no.
John's had a different experience there.
You did not like Gunnersville, huh?
No, it's fine. I mean, I want to go back. I zeroed at a Toyota championship there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, it'll humble you.
Yeah, it will.
Well, my boater from day one proceeded to win the event, and I basically, he started killing it. I'm like, I'm staying out of his way because he,
Yep.
I didn't. I mean, he had a lot more riding on it than I did.
Yeah.
So he's like, you need to start flipping. I said, nope, I'm gonna throw a frog behind you because I don't want to enter.
Yep.
I think his first 3 casts he had 15 pounds.
Wow,
No.
Yeah,
impressive. That was
and
fun
I'm
to get for you.
All right, he's dialed in. He knows what he's doing. I mean, even though I asked him, I said, "Are you gonna circle back around?" He says, "Yes." I said, "Okay, I'm gonna just stay out of your way because you have a chance to do real good in this." So
Yep.
That's
I
awesome.
probably would have had 20 pounds on a frog if I'd have gotten half the fish in. So
It wasn't your day, but you sacrificed it
No.
for someone else, so that's okay.
Yeah, you get a feeling like guys on them. Hey, just go. You be a cheerleader and be a net man. I mean,
That's
some
what
days
I
like
do. I
that.
start cheering. They laugh at me. I'm like, I am the best cheerleader. Every fish you catch is a win for both of us. And he's like, I could get behind that. I could do that. Then they start doing better.
Yep.
And that's something I like about the one events because you share weight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Can
they want you to catch fish. They want you
Yes.
to learn their patterns. They want you to learn what they're throwing. Some guys will even bring you what they're throwing and say, here, this is what we're doing today. And, I think that's great because when you're working
Yeah.
together, that's what a co-angler, that's how I was taught to be a co-angler, though,
Yep.
is because my husband was the one that taught me to fish, and we always worked as a team for the first forever. So, yeah, that's how I am with all of my pros is like, let's work together because if we can fill the boat for both of us, it helps, even if we're the divisionals when it's not, I even still try to do that. I always tell the guys, we're going to take turns. You catch one, I catch one until we have 5, and then it's anybody's game.
Yep.
World Fishing Tour says, hello, everyone. That may be Travis Birch.
Yep.
And he actually assisted making the intro that we just had
Yeah.
playing for us. And thank you,
It
Travis.
looked really good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, he's good.
It
Yes.
looked good.
And he says you should come fish some women's pro bass tour.com events.
Okay. I'll look at it. Are they all like, thousands of miles from me?
I'm not
Because
sure
I got
where they're at.
invited to the invitationals this year, which was I was so honored to get the invitation. And then I was like, I think I need another job, a boat, and another truck.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
I got to go clear to New York. And I think they
Yep.
had one in, I don't know. I think the closest one was Texas to me, though. So,
And Carly Prevette says, hey, guys, Carly, she's going to be a guest. She's a high school angler. She's going to be on here, I believe, next month.
Right on.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but she's a little hammer, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's cool. I love to see the young women coming up. I love it that
Yes.
they have all these opportunities in college now, because I just learned how to fish off the back of a boat because it was fun.
Yep.
Yep. And Robin Hansen says, that's awesome.
Yep.
LBAA, Ladies in Fishing Rock. Thanks for jumping on this show.
Nope. I've been following them since I started fishing, so
Okay.
there's a lot of cool ladies there.
Oh yeah,
There are.
definitely.
Yep. They're actually a sponsor of this broadcast.
Oh yeah, I noticed
Mondays.
that. I've seen you've had a couple of interviews with a few of the ladies that fish there too, haven't you?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's a
pretty
great
much-
one.
yes. There's a lot of women out there that can teach the men a few things.
Patience, maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Never can have enough of that.
No. I think it's always funny when I'm on the water and somebody loses their crap over a fish.
Oh yeah.
It's frustrating. I get it. I've been
Yep.
there. I've said a few swear words myself off the back of the boat, but I've never broke a rod or, tossed it in the lake and I've seen that happen. And that's
Oh yeah, I've seen guys kick their tackle box in the lake, and I'm like, why?
you just cost yourself how much money?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
When I was a lot younger, I used to be that guy.
Yep.
Oh really? You were a little hothead.
Yes, oh yeah. Very competitive. We actually used to have a little my buddy had a John boat. We used to go fish, and one time I threw my rod and reel in the water, and I'm like, take me to shore. I'm walking home. We were about 7 miles from home.
Did
Dang.
you walk all 7 miles?
Yep. I had to climb a fence, nice egg fence to get to the road, and
Wow.
Oh.
You showed that fish.
I
Yeah.
did. And the next day, my brother snagged that rod I threw in the water. I'm like, good, I needed that. And he's like, nope. Finders keepers.
Finders keepers. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So-
too funny.
Yep.
How many
Yeah.
times have you done that when you're fishing? Honestly, caught a rod that we've all lost rods to a fish or a snag.
Once.
How many of you have actually been able to get them back though in the same day? All of us.
About a week later, I got it back.
week
But it was a
later.
little bitty. Yeah, it was a little bitty pond, and it was at the Army base, and I had a MWR pass, and I had this old John boat, and I was stepping off, and next thing I know, I'm looking at the water like above my head, all my stuff dumped out, and my buddy said, "Oh, I'll take you at one ounce weight and a treble hook," and I was able to snag it like a week later, but greased it up, and it was fine, so got lucky.
My husband must be really good at it because he's done it, I think, 3 times for me in one, and it's not always my rods. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
When they go
You've seen
flying.
it done.
He got him up. He did it.
Yep. Definitely.
Oh. Boy, did we go off there.
So
So
Yep.
he did.
what do you fish the TBF tournaments and you
I did.
qualify for the nationals there, correct?
Yes.
Have you been to that national event yet, or is this
Yeah,
coming up?
that was March last year.
Okay.
And then the BFL was May. So they gave you 6 weeks in between the tournaments. I think it was 6 weeks or so, 6 to 8 weeks between to get back and forth. So it was an adventure for 2 months. And then I lost my boat for the rest of the year. So I missed out on qualifying for anything this year or participating in anything. So we're just going to fish the WAN bass. And they're doing something really cool with BASS, Bass Nation, so that if you place in the top 5 in any event, you go on to nationals.
Oh, cool.
And so that's what I'm shooting for this year. I'm gonna shoot for that spot, see if I can make it out to nationals, and then I guess they have a championship for the classic there. So
Yep.
that'll be cool.
Toledo-
It'll be fun.
Toledo Bend, the LBAA event is next month.
Okay. See, they're all so
Then
far away from me. They should all come to
Bull
Utah,
Springs,
but there's
Table
no
Rock,
lake here.
See, that's because you just need to move a little further east.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Retirement's coming soon for my husband, so we're trying to decide where we will go because I can work anywhere for as long as I want. But
Yep.
we're just trying to decide. I just want to be somewhere close to a lake within I'd love to live on a lake, but that's kind of hard to find nowadays.
Yeah.
So
Not in New York. It's
not
easy
New
to find-
York.
No, it's
I don't
easy to
think I
find.
could live in New York. No offense, dude. It's so far from me.
Hey, Kentucky. Kentucky's nice.
I thought about it, but I'm so used to mountains. I don't know what I'd do in Kentucky. Do you have
There's
giant mountains? Okay, good.
Yeah. East Kentucky's got mountains.
Okay, that'd be doable then. That'd be doable. I'm afraid to give that up. So.
Yep.
And Texas, yep. See, we've looked at Texas. I like your plan, Alyssa. We've looked at Texas quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
Alyssa says, "Come to Texas. Lots of lakes in Texas." That is.
There
true.
might be women that fish in Texas too. Who knows?
Yep. And Knoxville's real nice because you got the Smoky Mountains and there's like 4 or 5 lakes right around Knoxville. I lived down in Knoxville for about 20 years. It was really nice.
Oh, that would be nice. I like that.
Yep.
In today's day and age, you could just go wherever.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I could, yeah. And my husband says, "See, New York is too cold." Even he says that, and he likes cold weather. So,
well,
New York has a different kind of cold. I'm telling you,
It does.
John. You do. It's like humid and freezing.
But you know what? You can always stay inside.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. But I want to fish. So our plan is here in Utah, everything's frozen. Well, supposed to be frozen. We haven't had a lot of ice. So we're going down south, hopefully this weekend. And we've got a couple local tournaments we're going to fish just because I can't stay cooped up all the time.
Yep.
So,
Right.
And then we live by Lake Powell. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Lake Powell.
I've heard of it. Yep.
We live on that lake pretty much as possible because that one is fun. You just go disappear for days at a time and camp. We just camp. So it's fun. Now that the kids are all grown and they're on their own, it's time to fish.
There you go.
Definitely.
Dave Ottman says Tennessee, Dandridge or Chattanooga, Tennessee, Lake Douglas and Chickamauga.
They're all close together. That's something too. See, we're getting all sorts of ideas. I love it.
Well, one thing good about Douglas, when you launch out of Douglas, you look at the Smoky Mountains all in the background. It's pretty cool. That's one of my favorites.
My mountain fix. I like it.
There you go.
There you go. I've never been to Tennessee ever.
Joe Hamilton Benson says perfect interview.
Yeah, that's my mom. Hi, Mom.
Oh, I got you. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. See,
And
Robin
Robin
knows.
says-
She goes to Lake Powell too. That's how, she knows what it's up about. That's one of the greatest lakes I think we have access to. So
Now, do you have smallmouth, largemouth, and spots, or what kind of
we don't have
bass?
spots. No
Really?
spots. Yeah. So going out to Shasta, that's why I went to Hartwell. That was my first experience with them, really, because they were just so fun. And I told my husband, I'm like, I kind of want to move to where we have spots to play with because those are just so much fun. And then we went to Shasta. Now I know Shasta has them. So I just need to be close to Shasta that I can go get my spot fixed because I didn't realize how much fun those guys were to catch.
Yeah, a lot like smallmouth. They'll fight like smallmouth.
And I love smallmouth because that's how I learned how to fish is smallmouth. So most of our reservoirs here are smallmouth. So I love smallmouth. And I was catching them on Shasta on jerk baits and that stupid Nico rig that I just learned to love in the last month because it catches fish. So it's fun. I'm going to try. I learned a new technique with jerk baits out there. We're going to try it in a few places, see if we can get the trend to help us at some of our local stuff. So
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
You see, now you'd mentioned smallmouth. I mean, you can't get too much better smallmouth than where I'm at.
Really?
In New York. Oh, yeah.
They have giant smallmouth up there.
Yes.
What's the state record there?
State record is, I think, 8.5.
Woo. Yeah, that's a big one.
Kids play. Dale Hollow's got the world record.
Oh, yeah? How big?
Yeah, it's half in Tennessee, half Kentucky, right around Nashville. No, for
How big?
Nashville.
However, this record was last year.
Oh, okay. Still a lot of nice ones in Dale, though. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. But no, Kugel, it was on Kugel Lake.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I like smallmouth fishing. I definitely understand smallmouth fishing better than largemouth. I struggle. Me and largemouth don't communicate well for some reason. we have a disconnect.
They're a
So
little
I need
different.
largemouth meshing. Somebody give me largemouth fishing lessons, please.
Fish shallow.
Fish, I know that's my problem. It's like my brain sees shallow and goes, no, 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 no. Only during bed season. That's what my brain says.
Yeah.
You can catch large in New York. You can catch largemouth 50 feet deep.
Where we're going for this reservoir, we catch the largemouth are only in 25 to 30. So that's why
Okay.
I'm like, when I go to Lake Powell and they're in 2 feet, my brain's going, what is happening?
I'm the opposite. I'm a shallow water guy, so I'm opposite. So
Gotcha. So you can teach me how to fish shallow. That's what you're telling me.
yeah.
Oh, perfect. See, I'm just going to keep your name and number. We'll give you a call.
Because I was raised in Mississippi and Louisiana, everything was shallow, so I had to.
It sounds to me like we got the perfect scenario for you.
I agree.
Just get an RV. Just get an RV and live in an RV.
I've already told my husband we could live in, well, I don't know, after Shasta's living experience, I kind of want a little bit bigger than a tiny house, but Yep. I'm all for an RV. Let's do it. Because I told him I need to travel around so I can visit all the fishing friends we've made and fish all their lakes. And then I can get really good at fishing and then maybe come back and win something.
There you go. There you go.
Michael Lendahl, he says, hi from Florida, and he says, fish Okeechobee with a chatterbait.
Yep, I'd agree with that.
That's the thing is Florida. I've never fished there. So that's bucket list one as well. Okeechobee, definitely.
Yep.
Tracy Meyer says she's a great largemouth angler.
Yeah, he's the one that caught the biggest largemouth on our boat. I don't know what he's talking about. He caught a 612 last year, passing a kidney stone, might I say. And we took second place in that tournament. I don't know how he did it.
I don't either. I've had those. Oh man, that's a shout out to him. He's a baller.
He woke me up in the middle of the night. It was day 2. It was the next day, and it was like 12:30, and he's like, "We got to go to the ER. You know what time it is?" And I'm like, "Oh man," because he does this to me a lot when we go on tournaments. And he was out of the ER, so I got to give him props. He was out of the ER by 4:30. We were blasting off by 6. And we came in, he caught that 612 in the afternoon, and we came in and got big fish in second place. So,
wow. Nothing wrong with that.
I netted it really well, though. I am great at netting his fish.
Yeah, I'm a great net man as well. I've been there.
It's a good co-angler thing to be.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. There's times where I'm fishing with a co-angler or fishing with a boater. I'm like, I should knock this off. He's being a jerk. But you
would never do that. Never.
No. Now I'm looking at the wall. There's a lot of plaques and stuff like that. Is that largemouth yours?
No, it's my husband's.
Your husband's.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I said he can catch the largemouth. I don't know why my brain doesn't connect, but I try hard. I'm great with the jig on largemouth. I'll give him that. And top water. That I can do. But that's all I've been able to figure out.
What is your favorite technique?
I love top water. I fell in love with top water, I'll tell you, during COVID. So, and that sounds weird, but they, during COVID, they shut down Lake Mead in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let us launch on it they wouldn't let anybody on. I think it was almost a year. It was close to, the locals could probably launch, but we never went down for about a year. And we went out when they opened up the boat ramps again, and it was in the middle of summer. And I was catching fish every cast on top water, no matter what time of day, no matter what cove you went into. Those largemouth were just so excited to see us.
Oh, wow.
They were just jumping in the boat, and I fell in love with it then. And so the only thing that I don't like, everybody will agree, is the treble hooks, right?
Yep. So
I got a big billy club for them stripers now because I learned the hard way what happens.
Yeah. They'll get
I tell
you.
my husband, I don't know how you guys get stuck by this. I'm like, how do you guys get a treble hook in you? It's not that big a deal. And then sure enough, the next trip we were catching stripers on Powell on top water, and I grabbed that fish. I had him, and he just did the flip. You know how they are, and buried that. And I just went, oh, I get it now. I get it. Okay. I learned my lesson.
Kevin McGibney from K&K Custom, he's in the house. He says he's another future guest.
Yep.
Oh, very cool.
Yep. Robin Hansen says her husband's a great netter too.
He is. I can attest to that. I've seen them bring the fish in. So.
Joe Hamilton Benson says she's a top water pro.
There you go.
My family is very supportive. I have the greatest family and friends. I really do. They're probably all watching, I'm sure.
Yep.
And we talked before, and that's one of the best things about fishing is it seems like you're a family, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you do get the one-offs, you know, which, you know, you've seen in the walleye world with stuff and fish and stuff like that with weights and other fish. But I don't care what you're in, there's that.
Oh,
You're always gonna have
absolutely.
that 1%.
That's one of the coolest things about the fishing the bigger stuff. That's why I kind of started. I got brave enough to fish the bigger stuff anyway, but I started bringing strays home, as my husband says. So like guys that I would meet in tournaments, I'd be like, this guy wants to travel with us to the next one. He's like, who is this guy? I'm like, it's okay. We met today. It'll be fine. And then we got a group. There's a big group, about 10 of us that were traveling together pretty consistently for a couple of years. And a few have moved away, and a few have just got too busy, but there's still about the core 5 of us that travel quite a bit together. So it's fun to get together these tournaments. I told them it's fishing tournament season. Let's go, family. And they load up and we all go. We all stay together at VRBOs and cook for each other. So it's a good time.
Yeah, I started doing that a couple years ago, and it's like the more people you have, the more fun it is. And if you're short lures or hooks, and somebody's already got them, or somebody's having trouble with a reel, you can help them. So it's great. I mean, it beats hotels. I did hotels for a while, and it beats that.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's so much better having all the help. Like, I've been learning a lot about fish finders lately since my boat died, because we had to switch from Lowrance to Humminbird, and I've learned that I like the computer part of it a lot. So now I'm like asking everybody, do you need help you with your forward facing sonar? I'll just check your settings for you really quick.
Yep.
So do you sabotage them, or you actually help them?
No, I try to help them, but they all are like, you don't know anything. Go away. Go away. I'm like, come on, just let me play with it for a minute.
That's a science to its own. I give credit there. That's a science.
It is. But once you figure it out, that technology is amazing. I know people are hating on it. I get the complaints. I see what they're saying, but it's fishing. I think the fish will adapt. I think people will adapt. But that forward-facing sonar is so incredible. To not utilize it, I think you're missing out. But that's just my opinion. I get why they want to outlaw it, because it is costly. So not everybody gets it.
Yeah, it's like everything else. It's another tool, and you see how fish react to your baits. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, except I found out my day 3 guy, he was educating me. He gave me all the information I needed on the Garmin forward-facing sonar, which I was excited about because we ended up getting that one. But he had it turned on the back for me, and I'm like, you need to turn the TV off because I'm watching you fish and catch fish, and I'm forgetting to set the hook as I'm getting bit.
Yep.
Because I'm watching this A-rig make all these really cool trails, and I'm watching these fish come up and just eat it, and it's fun to watch. So
yes, especially if you don't get the opportunity to watch it that much.
Yeah, exactly.
It can also be frustrating if you're watching that fish come after your bait, and then turn.
Mm-hmm. That's when we started throwing that stupid Nico rig. Here you go, and then so it was teamwork, right?
Yep.
So watching TV and teamwork work together on that one.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, you have anything to talk about, Rob, or ask her?
Yeah, I was going to tell her, tournament-wise, I fished a couple years ago, first time, the Big Bass Tour, and I had a good friend of mine in North Carolina. That's all he fishes. And that was one of the funnest tournaments because you can launch wherever you want, and then you pick in your weigh-in, like 9 or 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I mean, and they pay out every hour. And I got lucky. I cashed one check and almost had another one. Our motor blew up, and we was trolling around the right there down from like the waist where there's weighing in at, and caught like a lure 3 on a drop shot on a boat ramp. Nobody's using it, and so we're fighting waves. We're trying to get the boat on with the trolling motor. You know how that goes, and we get and you can look at the live weigh-ins, and he's like, oh, I'm still in there, and so we get the boat on, finally wrestled around, and then everybody brought 4-pounders in, like, whoop. I was like, oh well. But that Big Bass Tour Cabela's, if y'all get a chance to, that is a really fun tournament, really fun format. Yeah.
Does
and
it
you
come
have,
out west?
I don't think so. I think New York. I think it comes out to Kentucky, mostly east right now, but they keep trying to expand. Well, I think Missouri. I think they're doing something in Missouri, Lake Ozarks or Grand or something.
So what I'm hearing in my head is, hey, when this tournament comes, I got a place for you and your husband to come stay and fish this with us. That's what I'm hearing.
Yep. Oh yeah. Come on down.
You know,
But,
I
you know,
gotta make that happen. See?
Yep. It's fun. I
say-
mean, wait, it's just a lot less stress, and you have 1 to 3 people on your boat, and you pick what days you want. So if you only can make the weekend, you can do Saturday, Sunday. So really good
that'd be
format,
fun.
really fun. So yeah, if you get a chance to, I'd look into it.
Okay, I will. I'm
Michael
always
Lendl
down
says-
to fish something new.
Everglades peacock bass fight hard, love topwater.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I've
Yep.
heard that too. Never caught one. You
I
guys?
ain't either. Nope,
No,
not yet.
But, you know, as you talk about the fishing family and stuff like that, you know, traveling together, we have a spare bedroom where my wife's like, well, who's staying this weekend? Or, you know, who's coming over? And, you know, we invite, because fishing is expensive.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Not, I mean, just the tools aspect of it. And then you got the stay. And so you're looking at another $500-600 for a hotel or whatever. And, you know, so we just, you know, look, it's not extravagant. It's a bedroom, has your own bathroom in it. Come and go as you please. You know, you can
It's
plug
just
your
like a
boat in.
hotel room, only
Yep.
cheaper,
Yep,
Yeah.
and quieter.
quieter, probably safer at that point too. You know,
Yep.
private
Yep.
parking for your boat
Yep.
Yep. And cookies.
and cookies.
Yep.
That's right, the baker. It's cookies.
Can't beat that.
So
That's way
speaking of cookies, then my wife would not probably let me sleep in our own bed tonight if I didn't ask you, what is your favorite homemade cookie?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see. Probably good old chocolate chip.
Yeah,
It's
it's hard
got
to
to be
beat.
a good one though. You know, it's
Yeah.
got to be made right, like grandma's cookies. You know, grandma makes
Soft.
the best chocolate. Yeah, grandma makes the best chocolate chip cookies. My grandma does. I'm sure your wife's great. My grandma makes the best chocolate chip cookies. We'll have
It's
a
funny 'cause-
competition. Send me some cookies. I'll make grandma send you some cookies, and then we'll decide. How about that?
There you go.
There's no battle. I mean, cookies
No.
are cookies. They're
No,
good.
everyone wins. I'm just saying, then we
Yeah.
get free cookies. Everyone wins. You get to try. I get to try. It's free cookies.
I get them
Definitely.
all the time, so I'm not worried.
It's true. Okay, fine. Rob, do you want to play the cookie game?
Sure, drum game.
He gets free
No.
cookies all the time. I'll send them to you.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got a certain craving for cookies all of a sudden.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Jeremy says, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep him away from the oven, though.
Yeah, he got a nickname Baker May. It's a long story.
I can only guess.
He can cook, though. Don't let him fool you. He can cook. Just,
He's a Cajun like me, and he likes to blacken things. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, I got you. All right. So I won't let him cook for me.
no. So do you have a favorite topwater style?
Yeah, that's a good question. I do actually, because it's kind of funny, but I've never ever used topwater when I fished for I think like 12 years, the first 12 years or whatever. I just had no desire to even learn it, didn't even want to bother with it. And I fished with one of my buddies up on a local, the qualifier for the Bass Nation. And he was like, I am killing them on this popper. You need to throw this popper. And I'm like, I don't even know what that thing is. I don't even want to mess with it. Just let me do my thing. But you put like 3 fish in the boat. And then I got mad. So I'm like, fine, give me one of those. So I threw on that popper. I threw that thing all morning. And he was just killing me. And I still didn't get a bite. And I was like, I'm never throwing it again. Threw it back down, told him I'm done. So I don't like poppers. But I do like the walking baits a lot better, like the Bixens, the Sammies, because those fish seem to like those better. I don't know. It's my technique. I don't know if it's I don't know. They don't like the poppers. I don't like them.
I truly believe that you're better off throwing something you have confidence in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That's why I don't pick them up. Like frogs, never thrown a frog really at all, like maybe twice. So when people are like, let's go frog fishing, I'm like, okay, yay. What can I throw instead?
Yeah.
I'll throw a
the only
single.
way to get used to it is by throwing it.
I know. It's true. And you got to get out of your comfort zone. And I've done that a lot in the last 2 years. Like the Shasta tournament was definitely pushing my mental health to its breaking point at times. But at the end of it, I always just learn so much, and I always have a blast, and I can look back and laugh. Because now I look back at Shasta, and I'm like, that was the greatest week ever. During that week, I would have told you another story, but now I would say I want to go back. So that's why I like to fish.
It seems like the worse it is, the more memories you have of it.
Yeah.
Yes. I had another day on the water, in the water for a WAN bass at Clear Lake, that's our next stop. Is Clear Lake in April, which Clear Lake, I guess, is fishing phenomenal right now. I'm super excited. I guess you have to have 30 pounds to be in the top 3. So it should be a fun tournament, hopefully by April still. But it was raining cats and dogs there too. California really likes its rain when it rains.
Yep.
And that tournament, we did not catch a fish. We did not do well. My guy was hilarious. He told me so many jokes. He ran me all over the lake. We were both laughing at how wet we were. We were so ill prepared. And we were like the greatest friends still. So to me, it wasn't really about the fishing at all. It was just the memory of the tournament. And in fact, when I posted about Shasta, he was the first to comment. He's like, I remember our day on Clear Lake. You always remember the crappy days, right?
Yes.
Yep.
At least you can smile about them.
And make good friends on top of that. So
absolutely. I've made a lot of good friends doing this. And I've learned so much from different guys. I've learned when I get my own boat, if I decide to, what kind of pro I will be from being a co-angler, right? Yep. I'm sure you gentlemen have learned that as well.
Yeah, what boats you like, what you don't like, and how they set up. That's never a good thing. You get to ride actual boats and see how they set up. So
I know. I'm spoiled. I want a free boat.
Yep.
So any boat I can win that's free, then I'm going to think it's the best boat ever because I have one.
Like I tell people, I accept donations.
Yep.
Me too. Yeah. So like if Phoenix wanted to give me a boat to try out and like go fish as a pro back here in West, totally open to that. Skeeter, I don't care. Ranger, Vexus, whatever.
They all pretty good. They are.
I have a Vexus now. I went from a Ranger to a Vexus after the wreck. So I might be a little partial to the Vexus now just because, man, those seats are so comfortable. Have you rode in a Vexus? Yeah,
I have. They're really, really, really good. I know I talked to one of the pros, I think Brandon Card. He had one at Knoxville, and he had a fog delay at a Elite. Like the top 10 guys was lined up, and I talked to him for 30 minutes, and he had like the big yellow springs under seats, and I was like, man, that is cool. And he had a Suzuki motor, but a cool-looking boat.
I will tell you that your weight does matter on those seats, and I found out because I almost flew out the first time we took it out.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a little adjustment in there for the air shocks, and if you have it set to, so I'm light. We bounce, and you bounce hard, and we hit 5-foot waves in Lake Powell coming around, and I hit that chair, and I went, "Oh, we should probably fix that seat." As I bounced out of my seat.
Whoops.
So, but they're comfortable. I didn't hurt at all. It was very cozy.
Yeah, bouncing out of the seat can be dangerous.
Yes. Yep. I flew out of the Ranger when we were fishing a like a club tournament down there. We were on Lake Mead and came out into 6-foot waves and didn't have any idea they were there because we were in a canyon, and we hit that wave and I went flying out of the passenger seat. My husband reached up and caught me and pulled me down on the driver's seat. So I didn't fly in the water, but it was scary enough that I'm like, I don't want to go play in 5-6-foot waves anymore very much.
Yeah, I had that happen in Eufaula in Alabama. I've never been there before, and it was big waves. And it's funny because I had a inflatable PFD on, and I had that thing in thunderstorms. It just barely sprinkled. It popped on me, so I'm sitting up here like, and my boater said, "You okay?" I was like, "Keep going." And 5 minutes later, we hit this cross wave hit us, and the boat got like that. And so I hit the gunnel and like bruised my ribs, and I was like, It was a long tournament, and I caught all shorts that day too. But I had a good boater, and he caught my arm when I did like that. He like pulled, like you said, pulled me back in. So
Oh, at least
yeah,
he caught you.
yeah, he did.
I broke the driver's console with my backside, I think. So
Yeah,
the whole console fell down, and it was a bad tournament too.
yeah, it happens. It happens to all of us. So
It does.
Yep. Tard Outdoors
But I
says
remember that
confidence is
one,
always
so.
best. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like we said earlier, I don't like getting thrown out of the seat.
no,
So I did not have a good experience with it.
neither of us did on that.
No.
Is there any okay, we're 50 minutes in. Is there anyone you'd like to say thank you to about getting you started in the fishing or anything like that? Or
I guess
keeping
I
you going?
should. Yeah, I should probably thank the guy that asked me to go fishing first, right? Because that's my husband. So Trace
Yep.
has been the reason I do all this. We have so much fun together. I just can't imagine us not fishing, you know. I have the most supportive friends and family. My fishing family's great. My parents, they actually came clear out to Lake Hartwell with us. And they
Oh wow.
Yep, and my daughter too. So they all came out, and my best friend came out to that one. So even after the wreck, that was kind of nice to come home to the Airbnb and have the family there to like, are you guys okay? And we were like, we're alive. So,
Yep.
that was great. So my family and I have so many fishing friends that just have helped me and encouraged me. And I think that's why I continue to do it is I just keep bringing strays home, as I say. So I brought one home from Shasta. I don't know if he'll talk to me again, but I think he's part of the family.
Yep.
And then when we go out to Clear Lake, I've got my fishing family out there. So I'm excited to see them because I haven't seen them in probably a couple of years because we missed Clear Lake last year. So,
Okay.
and I'm excited to see if we can fish some stuff out by you guys sometime. I want to move and fish some stuff for me that's bigger if I can eventually, but that's what this is about. For me, it's just networking, and I don't
Yep.
care if I fish tournaments, but I can come to New York now and hang out with John, and I can come to Kentucky now with you. So that'll be great.
Definitely.
Definitely.
No, we appreciate you coming on and talking about your experiences and things like that. You had just mentioned about fishing bigger things. Is there an end goal in there, or?
Oh, I'm always trying to do something different. Like I never in a million years would have thought that I would have won the TBF. Honestly, when I started fishing, it was just for fun to hang out with the guy that I was dating. So, but I have a competitive drive, and sometimes it kicks me in the butt, but it's actually what's made me continue to push myself because I was terrified of fishing draw tournaments, and I did it for the first few years just as the qualifiers. And then I was like, that's not too bad. So now I can try this. And then I tried this. And then when I got the TBS, I was just shocked because I really honestly just went for fun that tournament. It was just a whim to show up, and I won. So it must've been my day. Because we all know the days are not always how we want them to end up anyway. So my end goal ultimately this year is to place so I can go on to the regionals. That's my goal for BASS Nation. So next year, who knows? I don't know. I might try the TBF route again this year because I actually could probably. I have my boat now, so we could try to qualify again for that. So, but I always just want to keep fishing stuff that I haven't because I like to challenge and push myself to do some new things. And I love all the people that I meet and all the stuff that I learn. So if I can travel back east a little bit, I've got some friends in Texas that have all told me down and to come down and they'd help me fish. So I would love to do that kind of stuff. So, and I've been cheering on Stephanie. I know she doesn't have any idea who I am from the MPFL, but I've been watching her because she is blazing some cool trails for us. And, I think it's awesome what she's doing. I'd love to be in her shoes eventually one day, but I got to win a boat first. So,
Yeah, she overcome a lot last year and had that good finish, in the year, top 10. So hats off to her. She's sharp young lady.
Yeah, she's changing things for women. I think anyway, in my opinion, because I don't know any other women that are fishing as pros in the stuff that she's fishing. There's a lot of us on the back of the boat, but there's not a lot of us on the front. So I think she's awesome, and I hope she keeps going because I'm going to keep watching.
Yeah, we will too. She definitely.
Yep.
So, your husband said you're going to qualify through the or for the Bass Nationals, and
Yep.
Rob and I are fishing the our Bass Nation events. Maybe we'll all meet each other at the Nationals.
That would be awesome. There we go. Now I have even more of a reason to beat these guys and come out there. I just got to place in top 5.
Hey, be easy on me. It's my first year in the Bass Nation, so be easy on me now.
Oh, come on, rookie. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well,
there's a lot
it's
of
not
good
my
sticks
first
in the
year, but
nation, though.
it's my first year back. I haven't fished them in I think 3 or 4 years, but so. Well, Mandy, thank you very much for coming on. We're almost an hour into this.
Okay. Well, thank you. Dude, this was awesome for me because anytime I get to talk to new people about fishing and what I love, I think it's great. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, we appreciate you coming on. You know, we don't get too many people from out west mainly because of the time thing, but I think so.
Yeah. Well, that and I mean, we fish all different things. I don't know.
Correct.
Just different circuits. So
yeah, we'll be following you, keeping up with you.
Yeah, you're going to be on Bass Nation. We're going to see each other. I feel it.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
That'd be fun.
Sounds good to me. All right. Well, thank you very much. Any other things you want to give a shout out to? Any people?
Just thanks everyone for all the love and support. Every single person. Like I meet new people online. I think it's great. You know, we just all have to support and love each other. And because this sport, that's what it's all about.
Definitely.
I'll agree. If you want to, what we'll do is if you want to sit in the green room for a minute, we can have a little talk afterwards. If not, have a great night and we'll see you then.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
See you guys. Peace out.
Wow. She's incredible. She's just an incredible woman.
Yep, definitely. I'm definitely going to be following her and seeing how she goes. Like I said, that'd be cool if we all see each other at the Kentucky Bass Nation. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, the Bass Nation.
Yeah, it would be great. She had overcome a lot getting to that national event, you know?
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge.
So, all right, fellas. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, joining us, asking questions. So, all right, we got the new intro out of the way. Now we're gonna try the new outro. And if anyone has any questions, you can catch us on our social media channels as well as tomorrow night. We're going to be on.
Yep.
So same time, same place. If you guys have any questions, shoot them to us.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Take care.